Hello, West Ham Network. It's Holly. I hope everyone's having a lovely Wednesday so far. So, without Paqueta or Somerville, we have quite the midfield headache. And today we're going to be chatting through what this could mean for the United game, as well as asking for your thoughts. So, if you haven't already, hit the like button and go and get involved in that conversation while the intro runs. Without further ado, let's go. Yes, West Ham Network. So it's Holly, and today we're going to be talking about our midfield selection headache ahead of tomorrow's game against Manchester United. Now, we know that we're going to be setting up without Paqueta and Somerville, but it's time for us to be able to work out what a potential solution could be and how we could address the issue that we struggled with width against Liverpool. So it's going to be a very interesting one to just discuss really what we can actually do at this point. So we have got Potts and Fernandes as our centre mids, and there's no doubting their effectiveness as a duo. But the issue is we previously had Paqueta who could drift out to the wing or play a bit on the wing, even if it wasn't his natural position. And we won't have this against United. Fernandes can drift out there, but he's not a left winger. And in a way, I don't really want to touch that Fernandes and Potts pairing. But what I wanted to talk to you about today is there is one potential way that we could set up that I would be quite interested to see how it would actually work on the pitch. Might be hugely mistaken, but let me know your thoughts. So this option could be to put Kyle Walker-Peters at left back and then play Diouf as our left winger. So we know he's not necessarily the best at defending. We've seen in recent games that he does get caught out a fair bit and it can leave us exposed at the back. And we have been lacking width massively. Plus, we know that Diouf is great at getting up the wing and getting crosses into the box. So that will play into all of his strengths there and mean that we've got someone that stays further out naturally on the wing, and it would stop us struggling so much to move the ball out to different areas, which I think was one of the main points that really cost us against Liverpool. Even when we got the ball at like a right back kind of position, left back kind of position, we just couldn't seem to get the ball up the wing because there weren't options. There weren't options to play. And again, that just meant we were lumping this long ball up the pitch to a Callum Wilson that had two players on him, which was ineffective, shall we say. So that lineup that I'm talking about there, that would see Areola in goal, Walker-Peters at left back, Todibo and Mavropanos centre backs, and then Wan-Bissaka at right back. And then this is the bit that I'd potentially try mixing up at some point in the game. I would have Potts and Magassa in those defensive midfield positions, because then I'd have Diouf on the left of midfield, Fernandes in the middle, so we could utilise those through balls and get him a little bit higher up the pitch and see how that helps us piece together attacks in the final third. And then Bowen on the right with Wilson up top. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. Am I mad to mix something up that's working, or is this something that we could actually use to tap into those best attributes of each of the players that we've got? There's a lot that we could do to play around with it. Another way we could mix this up would be to put Souček in a more advanced role, so as a number 10, and then keep Potts and Fernandes together where we know they perform brilliantly together in defensive midfield. What do we think? I'm using this as a sounding board, so drop me your thoughts in the comments. Am I mad? Does it sound all right? Would you do it for a bit of the game and switch it out if it's not working? Would you switch to that if it wasn't working? What would you do? Tell me. It's definitely a challenge. I think we've got options in midfield, but none of them quite seem to tie up. We're really missing Somerville. He's been so effective for us when he has played. So it's a shame to see that there seems to be a longer term injury. And obviously we'll need to take it easy on him when he does come back. So it's not someone that we can rely on for huge patches of the game. But he came back from his injury, gave 100%, as we could see, played a lot of minutes straight away. And obviously that's come back to bite us, and I don't think any of us could have really seen that coming, to be honest. But yeah, we've not been seeing Guilherme do much when he's been given the opportunity, and it's been exposed basically that when we don't have Somerville, that left wing is a problem and we can't really use it as an area to piece together an attack. So that is my solution. What are we saying? As for Guilherme, I reckon maybe we send him out on loan and bring someone else in on loan as a short-term fix in January. I do think Guilherme will be a great fit eventually. I think he's going to be a brilliant player. I think when he steps in, you don't necessarily notice him putting a foot wrong, which says a lot for someone that's got such little game time. But at the moment, we're just under such pressure to get results that I don't think we've got the luxury of waiting and seeing what happens at the moment. So That's my take on it all. It's definitely going to be a big challenge, but hopefully one that the players want to take on and show why they should be part of our starting 11 if they're not often called upon. And this is one of the things that I love about, obviously, we've got these academy players that are coming through the ranks now and getting these opportunities to prove themselves, because we're faced with situations where we've got a huge lack of squad depth, players that are underperforming, and opportunities for others to come in and actually prove themselves. And I believe that if they do that, Nuno will actually fit them into his plans. So there's a huge opportunity for people to just grab the ball by the horns here and go, do you know what? I want to prove myself. And this is the time to do it, because in January, anyone that isn't performing, any weaknesses, that's when we're going to have to swap people out, bring in players, whether we're buying players, getting loanees. But this is the opportunity for players to come in and fix the problems that we have. So hopefully we've got that grit and we can just find it from somewhere. Like I said, we don't have much width without Somerville. It's definitely something that needs addressing. We look best when we've got those outlets to get the ball out to the wing and attack, so we're a bit more dynamic. And that's when we've got the Potts and Fernandez sort of duo. They've been moving the ball quickly and they've got the ability to get the ball out quickly, but we need to have players on the wing for us to be able to do that, as well as playing through centrally, so that we actually can catch players and teams off guard, because that's what we can do. And we've seen glimpses of it. We need to be able to do it more so we can practice it, so we can get better at it. So yeah, we need to make or find those outlets from somewhere, and I want us to find them in our own squad instead of waiting for January, because January could be too late. January will leave us with a big uphill battle, and we don't need to do that. We need to take action right now. So that's what we need to do. Liverpool game was obviously a disappointing one. An underwhelming performance, a lot of frustration about what happened on the pitch. A game that we felt was potentially there for the taking, but we just didn't turn up. But we have got to draw a line under it now and go again, because Manchester United are there for the taking. They beat Palace 2-1, but they lost 1-0 to an Everton side that had 10 men for 80 minutes. They also drew 2-2 with Spurs, and 16th place Nottingham Forest they drew with as well in the games before that. So this isn't impossible. We just have to do things right on the day. We've made mistakes, but we've also seen passages of play where we have looked promising. We've seen glimpses of it. We need to keep working at it. And I believe that we actually can do this. So fingers crossed, come on you irons. And the question I've got for you today is, how would you set up against Man United? So let us know down below in the comments section. If you haven't already as well, get involved in that comment section. Give a thumbs up to those that you agree with. Reply to someone. And if you haven't as well, make sure you like and subscribe, because it goes such a long way to supporting the channel and meaning we can create so much more content for you. So that's all from me for now. But tune in later today where I'll be running through your Hammers headlines, sharing the biggest and most recent West Ham news. It's going to be fun, and I'll see you there. Until then, thank you so much as always for watching. We appreciate each and every one of you. I've been Holly. This has been West Ham Network. And until next time, come on you irons. Irons.